Bum 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 bum. The Peter Dislike Show. Bum 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 bum. Let's continue to pray for me by singing along with me, gesturing, and leaving a dislike on this video. Let's pray a couple more times while we wait for a few. I'm asking a few friends to join this live stream. So let's pray a couple more times while we wait for them to show up. Bum 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 bum. The Peter Dislike Show. Bum 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 bum. Let's do it again. Bum 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 bum. The Peter Dislike Show. Bum 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 bum. Well, happy Radium Day. Today marks 126 years since Mary Curie discovered radium, December 21st, 1898. And radium is actually currently the only the only element on the periodic table that goes for a negative price on the markets. You actually need to pay money to get rid of it, just like oil during the pandemic. So all of these idiots that say gold is the only thing that has held value, never been zero for 5,000 years, all they have to do is pull out a periodic table. There's at least 91 things that have never gone to zero in value, right? Bitcoin has been zeroed out at some points in time. Stocks have zeroed out, obviously. Currencies have all zeroed out eventually. But only 91 of God's inventions have never zeroed out, right? All right, just thought I would point that out. But I need a miracle this Christmas season. And to understand why I need this miracle, we got to review something that happened earlier this year. And I know I sound like a broken record talking about it, but I cannot allow myself to get too complacent about it. Last July, it was 110 degrees outside, and I was sick with COVID-19, and I was alone. And that combination was really incredibly frustrating. I felt like I was a living dead pretty much. And so finally, one day, I don't even know how I made it to the Fry's Marketplace, a grocery store owned by Kroger's. I don't know how I drove there. It's a good 2-3 minute drive. And keep in mind, you have to walk out to your car, and you have to park your car, and you have to walk into the store. I don't know how I did it. I was disoriented. I was dehydrated. I was out of stuff in my home. I made it there, and the security guard gave me a dirty look. I had bought 4 or 5 bananas, and I sat on the mobility scooter to eat it because it was 110 degrees outside. And the security guard said, "Sir, the mobility scooters for people shopping in the store." And so he was he didn't have any patience to listen to me. The only reason he backed off from asking me to leave the store was when he heard what I had, right? If I had had any other situation, if I had had a heart condition, an asthma attack, if I had just gotten out of the hospital after chemotherapy, he could have cared less about that. I guarantee you, maybe next summer I'll give it a try. I'll act really sick and say, I just came back from chemotherapy. I guarantee he's going to drag me out of the store. Guaranteed. He only cared about his own safety. And it really hit me how hard life is as a single individual, especially here in the United States. If I had lived in Taiwan or Eastern Europe, maybe it could have been more tolerable, right? After all, Mary Curie, after she discovered polonium and radium, she unfortunately suffered a tragedy, and she had a second, I want to call it another happy marriage with herself for another, 30-some years. And I don't think she lived through Spanish flu, right? I don't think she ran into a situation where she got kicked out of the store while recovering from it, right? It's just incredibly frustrating that when you get anything wrong in our society, that you have to deal with it by yourself, right? It's just incredibly frustrating, right? I guess Mary Curie did have something going for her. She had in her time, radium was actually worth good money, right? Nowadays, if you had a bunch of radium, you're out, right? But in her time, it was actually worth something, right? And she had a good hoarding of it to live off of, right? But I didn't have that, obviously, right? Not yet, at least, right? I have a bunch of other metals that aren't gold at the moment, right? And I don't like this situation where we're literally living like on thin ice, right? Get anything wrong, get a COVID-19, you know, lose your life partner for some reason, Oh yeah, no, Mary Curry got widowed, right? Imagine getting widowed here in the United States. It's not pleasant, right? Just if you don't believe me, just log on to GoFundMe and see how many people on there were just widowed and need some kind of support, right? And I don't, in Mary Curry's time, there was no such thing as GoFundMe, right? And I don't think she used her equivalent of GoFundMe at the time either, right? She just carried on, right, and married herself, right? And I don't like it. I feel like we're hanging by a thread, right? I mean, get anything wrong, get yourself widowed, break up with somebody, get a COVID-19, or your landlord leaves the house in disrepair, and you're out, right? I don't like it. I don't like it, and it really prompted me to go out and look for that life partner. Now, here's the problem. I asked my friend from church to set me up on this blind date, and it has gone very well beyond my wildest dreams. Here's the problem. Until we say our I do's, I'm still juggling all the problems that I had with single life, right? Cooking for myself, taking care of myself when I have COVID-19, taking care of myself when the landlord leaves the apartment in disrepair, although my girlfriend did kind of help with that. And all of the domestic chores and all of the bills. And on top of that, I have all of the expense and commitments with dating, right? I kind of have the costs of both sides, and now I have none of the benefits. I have none of the benefits of single life, the personal space and all that, and I also have none of the benefits of having a partner to take care of each other, right? And so all of the costs and none of the benefits, and that's why I need you guys to pray for a miracle to get me from here to there, right? And yes, I know. I'm watching old school Dave's responses. Wives can turn into crappy land. Yes, I realize that. But here's the situation. Picture it this way. You need $2 million to do some great stuff in your life. Maybe to discover the next chemical element. Set up a lab to discover the next chemical element. Time is running out to do that. You only have $1 million. Well, you could take that $1 million to Las Vegas and bet it all on red, right? That might be a pretty wise decision at that point, right? Because at least you have a fighting chance now, right? That's kind of what the equivalent of what I need to do in terms of proposing to the girl, right? I could have a mediocre life, or I could go for broke and shoot for the stars, right? That's kind of what I'm doing right now, right? It's kind of unfortunate that it has played out this way, but I'm done. I'm done with skating on thin ice. I hate that feeling, right? Get anything wrong and you're out, right? You could be on top of the world. You could be getting 5-star reviews. I teach at a community college, and you could be getting 5-star reviews. Get a COVID-19 out, right? I don't like that feeling, right? And need to get out of that, right? So continue to pray for me. I need a miracle. We have unseasonably good weather today. Today, when I go out for my hike, I hope to look down and find a 1,000-ounce bar of gold for summer. Oh yeah, yesterday I had a funny dream yesterday. I dreamt I had ordered 100 pounds of bismuth to pour this Buddha for somebody who wanted to buy it from me, and I ordered the 100 pounds of bismuth from Alibaba. And when I opened the package, the guy had mistakenly sent me gold by mistake. And I was excited, but then I was upset because my customer was expecting this Buddha from me, and now I can't do it. And so I had this mixed feeling in my heart. And I don't know if a lot of my dreams come to pass. And I was thinking about it this morning. Maybe that dream could signal that one day bismuth is going to become a real valuable metal, but unfortunately my art career is going to end as a result, right? That dream could have been a signal for that as well, right? Bum 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 bum. The Peter Dislike Show. Bum 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 bum. Bum 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 bum. The Peter Dislike Show. Bum 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 bum. Bum 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 bum. The Peter Dislike Show. Bum 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 bum.